So, a year ago, I released the Valentine's video on this channel. It was one of my first videos, and although now, looking back, I see the many flaws in how we made videos before, I was happy with how it originally turned out. Today, now being wiser than we were last year, and this time not single as I'm making this video, I want to talk about the different love languages that we all have. Not only what each love language is like, but also some tips and tricks on how you can use this knowledge to find yourself someone you're compatible with, how to care for people with different love languages, and how to communicate how you want to be loved back yourself. In 1992, author, pastor, and speaker Gary Chapman released his book, The 5 Love Languages. This was where he first introduced the idea that people prefer to receive love in at least one of 5 ways. Beginning with words of affirmation, this love language is all about communication. To some, words are as loud as actions. People with this love language enjoy it when they're validated, complimented, and most of all, supported verbally. Sometimes hearing it out loud feels a lot better than just thinking it. People who enjoy simply being in the presence of one another may have quality time as their primary love language. They like doing the most mundane tasks together, but to them, it becomes special thanks to the person that they're with. And also, as a fun fact, it is my own personal love language, so represent. Anyway, some people really enjoy receiving gifts as a way of being shown that they're loved. It doesn't mean that they're materialistic though, since the gift doesn't have to be expensive in any way. To them, receiving a simple handcrafted gift could be the most precious thing to a person who has this love language. Acts of service is all about doing something for the person that you love. Compared to quality time, acts of service is more about doing the dishes when your partner has been too busy to get to it, or doing something silly in order to help them feel better after a really rough day. Last but not the least, and probably the most self-explanatory out of everything, physical touch. This doesn't mean doing only unwholesome things in front of the eyes of God. It could include that, but don't forget about hand-holding, hugging, simple pecks on the cheek. People who enjoy physical touch don't just want it in the sexual way. They want the intimacy, not just the activity. Aside from writing the first book on the topic, Gary Chapman actually has a love language quiz on his website. In 2018, according to the responses of over 10,000 people in Chapman's quiz, words of affirmation got the most with 23%, then quality time and acts of service with 20%, physical touch got 19%, and the remaining 18% was receiving gifts. As you can see, how love languages may vary from person to person, they're all pretty evenly spaced out, with words of affirmation taking the lead by only just a little bit. This reminds us that how we personally like to receive or express love may not necessarily be the same way our partners like to. So here are some tips and pointers to use this Valentine's Day in making the most out of your love language and your partner's. Knowing your partner's love language can actually help you understand how exactly to act around each other. By knowing what your partner's love language is, you can generally tell how they'll feel the most loved. And, of course, how to resolve any conflict that might pop out of the relationship. Actually, let me do that again. By knowing what your partner's love language is, you can generally tell how they'll feel the most loved and how to resolve any conflict that might pop up in the relationship. Programs that aim to create stronger relationships among couples are one of the methods couples may utilize in order to understand each other's love languages better. In that way, the couple will learn to adjust to one another's particular quirks that may be easily misunderstood, if not interpreted correctly, or be aware of it overall. Programs may come in the form of offering relationship counseling programs/sessions and doing activities that will encourage them to communicate with each other using the same love language. Or they both communicate in a way that will immediately make the person understood that they're indeed loved mutually despite the difference. So, how to become better in understanding and communicating with each other's love languages? How do you love your partner better by using love languages themselves? Well, love language awareness and love language proficiency work hand in hand in order to properly understand and communicate with each other's love languages. Love language awareness is knowledge in interpreting body languages and words which could contribute to the person's feelings, especially in their expressions of love. Love language proficiency, on the other hand, is expertise in properly relaying words and body language actions which efficiently shows on what you truly feel without the risk of causing any form of misunderstanding. As common as the advice can be, the best solution to increase both love language awareness and proficiency, especially among couples, is through communication. Don't be afraid to entrust yourselves to your partner and trust that they know you on a deeper level enough to try and understand you, and vice versa. Today was all about exploring how different people love and prefer to be loved. Many people are unique in how they want to experience love, and as long as you're willing to understand your partner or someone you're courting on a more personal level, then knowing the love languages should make it a lot easier to treat them right and make them happy. I also hope this helped you learn more about how you want to be treated in love as well. Don't be ashamed of any differences, either if you have, as long as you can understand each other and want to understand each other, you'll both be happier together. With that, thank you all for watching. Please comment any topic you'd like for us to tackle next. We really appreciate feedback. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I hope you all have a great day ahead.